Happy almost Advent, everyone. If you have not yet watched my 3-2-1 Getting Ready for Advent video, you might want to watch that before you watch this. Basically, I recommend doing 3 things for Advent. You pick 3 things you definitely want to do, 2 things you want to let go of, and 1 new spiritual discipline to adopt during Advent. And so this video is about some options for spiritual disciplines if you don't quite know what you want to do. So, one is for active people, and I've done this before, I've put this out there before. It is walking to Bethlehem. It is approximately 90 miles from Nazareth to Bethlehem. That is the distance that Mary and Joseph walked on their way to Bethlehem, where Jesus is born. So over the course of Advent, you can use your time and you can figure out how long you're going to go each day, but you can walk or run or bike 90 miles during the course of Advent. And if you're doing that, you might even want to start a little early, because Advent doesn't really start until the 3rd of December. So it's a little even shorter to get those miles in. But if you're an active person, if you were like me, you pray better when you're on the move, this may be the choice for you. And it's also a great way to stay active and fit during a time when we tend to not take as good a care of ourselves as we might otherwise do. So it's a good self-care thing and a good spiritual discipline, 90 miles to Bethlehem. If you are a visual learner and or a person whose phone is always in your hand, then a great option for you might be a photo a day challenge. And that is where you have a calendar of words, of things that are associated with Advent, and each day you take a picture to symbolize that word. And so that allows you to ponder on these words, to perhaps pray on these words, find an image that symbolizes that for you. And you can do it just for yourself, or you can share it with others on social media, and that's a great way to share the message of Advent with others. There are so many great Advent devotionals out there. If you are a member of a church, they probably have some available to you. You can go online. I, again, will list a couple here that you might want to consider if you haven't found one, but just simply taking the time, usually it's like 3 to 5 minutes, to focus every day on some scripture and a message and a prayer. So just an easy Advent devotional. If you are a journaler, a great thing to do during Advent is to journal about the themes of Advent. And as we go up to Advent, the weeks are generally hope, peace, love, and joy. And depending on your tradition, sometimes we switch around when we do love and when we do joy. But those are the 4 themes of the candles of Advent, the Advent wreath. So you can journal each week on hope, peace, love, joy. That is another discipline that you might pick up this Advent season. And finally, if you are a praying person or would like to be more of a praying person, one of the things you might consider for Advent is making a list of people, things, places that you are concerned about. People who are struggling, places that are struggling. Make a list and spend some time every day in prayer for the people, the places, the situations on your list. You know, we say all throughout the year, I'll be praying for you. So all of those folks that you say you are praying for, be intentional about doing that on the daily and not just when it pops up in your brain. So write them down, keep them where you can find them easily, and dedicate some time each day to holding those people in prayer as we make our way to Christmas. So, of course, that is only a handful of ideas. There are so many things you can do, and I'd love to hear what some of you are doing, so you can leave them in the comment section. You can leave them in the comments below. I'd love to know what is your spiritual discipline for Advent. And again, I encourage you just to pick one. Just one new spiritual discipline for Advent. Our lives already get so busy during the holiday season, and often if we take on too much, then it just all falls apart, and we end up not doing anything that we meant to do in terms of feeding our souls and feeding our spirits as we make our way to Christmas. So just pick one and commit to it and do it every day on your way to the manger. I hope you have a very, very blessed Advent.